today to the video. It's not a trick tip today. Hope you guys don't mind, but we are switching it up just for today because I just feel like I've been doing a lot of the trick tips and I want to mix it up, give you something a little bit more personal and touch on a couple of things that have been affecting me heavily lately. So let's go back home and have a real talk. Yeah. I'm clearly still very sick. My hair makes me look like I'm even sicker. This is what I do. I film my audio on this camera and this Canon point shoot that I always film everything with. It doesn't have an external mic port. And things just sound so much crisper when I have my mic. See? I'm in, I'm showered, I'm very clean. I'm feeling very clean right now. Feeling very pure. Because wetness is the essence of purity.
And wetness is the essence.
So it is Thursday for you guys. That means we're doing a trick tip, but today we're not doing a trick tip. That is confusing, but I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys a bit about life and updates with my life and sort of a couple issues with which I am dealing with at the moment. I have a note. I scripted myself for this one because I wanted to be very concise and not waste your time. That's been important. But this is gonna be a little bit different of a video. If you don't wanna hear me talk for a solid 3 minutes, just skip this video, come back later in the week, check me out on Instagram, and we get a little less heavy on those platforms in my other videos. So I've been off my board for like 2 weeks. That session you just watched from me was kind of rough because I haven't been skating much because I've had the flu, which has not been nice. And I wanna talk about my health. So aside from that, which was a minor thing, I just got super duper sick like everyone else in California and had to just stay sort of inside and hold tight for a bit. I regularly deal with this other issue in my health that relates to my skin. So all of you who are regulars here and who have watched my videos for the last year or maybe a few years, you'll notice that in past videos I sometimes have kind of reddish skin. I'm gonna get blotchy, and it looks like I have a sunburn. Now that's not a sunburn. Man, like 3 or 4 years ago, I got diagnosed with dermatitis and psoriasis. Now these are both autoimmune disorders that affect the skin, and it causes a lot of inflammation in parts of my skin. And they're both fairly common issues among people. Like since I've been dealing with it, I've actually come in contact with so many people who deal with similar issues, have psoriasis of all different levels of severity. It's been really interesting to find out how common this stuff is. But it all started when I was in college. I was walking to class every day during the winter, walking to work, and it was so cold, -degrees outside, and I would get this gnarly burn, basically like a wind burn across my cheeks. It was so bad, it basically would make me scaly and red for weeks. And I was like, this is weird, I don't usually get this. So I had to go to a doctor and get it all checked out. And that's when I found out that I have basically an autoimmune response to that burn, sunburn, wind burn that I got 4 years ago, and it still happens. My body still sort of gets irritated and inflamed across that same spot. So you can see why I don't like the winter when I moved out to the West Coast. But it's been a huge source of insecurity for me and kind of awkwardness, especially when I'm doing things like this and I'm supposed to be on camera. The severity of the issue sort of cycles where I'll have some good weeks where my skin is good and it's not inflamed and I'm feeling good. And then there's some weeks where it gets really bad and I even feel a little uncomfortable filming. Being that I do this and I have my face on camera here and on Instagram or wherever, it's sometimes difficult for me to A, go out and be stoked on filming something where I'm talking to a camera, and B, be stoked on staring at my face for hours on end editing these videos. It's something that I'm getting over and something that I'm dealing with on both sides, both on treating myself with the disease and also being okay with this. And I don't know, maybe that's relatable. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with something similar, and if so, I hope this is helping maybe. But for the sake of transparency and letting you guys know that I'm not just going out and getting a sunburn every day, yeah, that's what's going on. And I'm working on diets that help with it. There's anecdotal evidence of gluten-free diets and dairy-free diets and vegan diets that help with all kinds of inflammatory issues and diseases that people have. And I mean, health is gonna be a big thing for me in 2018. So yeah, anyway, I just want to check in, say some things about that. Thanks to everybody who's been supportive in the last year about what I'm doing with my projects and with Waltz and everything else. Of course, I have to plug Waltz in every video I ever make. I hope you guys are digging the gear that you've already picked up. And you can expect a winter drop very soon. We're doing hoodies, and I'm about to get samples in the mail. I'm basically sitting here, wringing my hands out, waiting for the mail to arrive so I can get this stuff to y'all. Keep dancing. thank you again for everything. You guys are the reason I make these videos, and I hope we can continue to get you stoked and get you riding your skateboards and dancing. See you soon. Check in next Thursday. We will have a real trick tip for you. Promise.